Yes, good morning, viewers around the world. Good morning to Nigerians, Africans, Anambrans around the world. You're welcome to this special edition of News Echo, Schengen Story Media. This is our situation report room for the Anambra election. Today is the 6th of November 2021, and like we all know, it has been slated for this election, the gubernatorial Anambra election in Nigeria, southeast Nigeria. So you are all welcome once again. And what we're doing basically in the situation room is looking into the election activities, looking into what is happening, giving updates, following up situations so that we can see how true and fair the election is and reporting it back to Nigerians around the world. So, but joining us to do this are great men, resourceful thinkers, people that have also that understand the art of election. So, from our friend, in-house researcher in the UK, is our great man, Ambassador Nat Yaku. Ambassador Nat, you're welcome to the Situation Report Room.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon,
Are
all
you
of
there?
you.
Yes, you're welcome,
I'm
sir.
here.
So good,
Thank
you're
you.
there. And joining us also is a very good friend, a brother, and a colleague in Nigeria, Dr. Osita Anemeka. Dr. Osita is the founder and president of the Sub-Sahara Open University, and he brings in destructive, insightful dialogues into entrepreneurship, into innovation, entrepreneurship, and so many of these technology that we talk about. Dr. Sita, you're welcome, sir. You're
Thank
welcome
you.
to the Situation Room.
Thank you, my
So,
Godwin. Thank you very much.
yes, sir, you're welcome. So let's begin. Ambassador Nat, what is happening in the Anambra election? What are the updates so far this morning? And what are you seeing from your corner, sir?
Thank you very much for this opportunity to participate in this program today. We've been looking forward to Saturday, November 6, 2021, the year of our Lord. And it really is not only Anambra State that is at the center of the storm. It is Nigeria, it is Africa, it is southeast geopolitical zone of Nigeria. And even in Nigeria, Anambra State stands out bold, loud, and clear. Because apart from Lagos, Abuja, and maybe Kano, Anambra is the talking point. And if Anambra gets it right, Southeast will get it right, Southern Nigeria will get it, and Nigeria as a country. And the elections today are off-season elections because of challenges in the smooth run of government in Anambra State, where Peter Obi was impeached 2 times and he came back 2 times. Obiano came in, so it's off circle. Everybody is looking forward to 2023, but let us start with Anambra State. Their gubernatorial candidates, I understand they have 14 of them contesting to take over power after March 2022, when the tenure of the current governor, Willie Obiano of Abga, will have ended. But the constitution provides that you do elections early enough, give enough time for litigation and other issues to be sorted out before the current governor exits and the incoming one comes in. We know the main stakeholders of this election, the Anambarians, that is the good people of Anambra State, INEC, who is the umpire, And then the federal government of Nigeria, especially the Nigerian police force and other security outfit who are charged with the constitutional responsibility of providing a conducive atmosphere. We are aware of the security challenges in the southeast, and especially Anambra and Imo State. We know the history and the antecedents of IPOB, Mossab, cultists, and other groups in the southeast. And so there was people who had serious apprehension whether November 6th to be or not to be. But we thank God, November 6th, we woke up, very peaceful day. The sun was shining over Anambra State. And here we are, the elections have started off. Some people have been able to vote, some have not been able to vote for logistic reasons, technical reasons. I think I will hold my breath now, and maybe my brother, Dr.
Yes, Dr. Osita is with us.
Yeah,
Thank you
Dr.
very much.
Yes.
Ambassador, good one, good one. Dr. Osita, you're there in Nigeria, and you're also monitoring this great day for the Anambrians. What are you seeing, sir? What's the update?
Thank you very much, Godwin. Thank you, my friend Marcy. I am happy that today is happening. I'm also happy that for what we all see, there is a good day made by God, because the fear most people had about today was that it was not going to happen, because there were threats of boycott. There was an order to stay at home. There were so many things, and then people believed that it was going to be a non-issue, that election in Anambra State will not hold, and that means that the federal government will have the power to appoint someone as sole administrator to rule the state. And then that also became another fear. But today has happened, even though, like my friend His Excellency said, some polling votes are still in difficulty. Some people have voted, like His Excellency has voted, his deputy has voted. So it's brilliant. But what concerns me is that from the feelings that we have of the state, everybody I have heard of, everybody I know, everybody I've spoken to wants to vote. And I'm praying that they are all given the power to exercise their franchise. Because if they don't do that, then there'll be some disappointment in some quarters. Before now, I was speaking with His Excellency. We're also expecting that the voting time might be extended to be able to accommodate everybody. But what we have on ground now, it's near perfect, because what we were expecting, didn't happen. Everybody is going to be able to vote, we hope, and then we are praying that INEC should be able to get some people or extend their work to some time when everything would have happened. And security men, the fear is that we've not seen quite a good number of them. The policemen, they were drafted to supervise or help monitor and secure the election processes. They are few and in between here and there. So we're hoping that they're doing their work very well elsewhere. Now, let me also talk about the things that I think the Anambra are looking forward to. The Anambra are very peculiar people. They are peculiar in so many ways. They are smart people, they are rich people, but they also know that the idea that a government must move fast is very important, because they ask for it all the time. This has not happened much, since for quite some time now. So they're expecting someone from that pack of multiple contestants to be ready and willing and available to give them what they're looking for. So that's what their vote will stand for today. we also know that someone that in the pack of contestants knows that free capitalism will not save the day. So Anambra people are also looking for somebody who will go beyond that, and showing that there's an understanding that democracy must be defined. And democracy is defined based on the needs of the people. Then there's a government and governance that will take care of the people. I need to say also too that the kind of education that we're looking for, to govern Anambra State is in the minds of the people. They have to have a learning curve that will help them and show them the way forward for every other thing that they want to do. And we're hoping that these people who are on queue now, who are lining up now to vote, will cast their votes for the kind of future that they're looking for, collective future for that matter that they're looking for. I will hold my breath for now, and then hope that as other people come and as other points are raised, we'll also trash them and help people understand what's going on in the entire Anambra State. Thank you so much, Massive. Thanks a lot.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's the great, insightful Dr. Osita. Dr. Osita, we are not going anywhere. We are going to be watching things. We're going to be observing together because it affects us. It affects us. It's whatever happens in Anambra today affects the whole of Nigeria. So we don't want Anambra to be relegated into a situation of chaos, a situation of confusion, but we want things to go smooth. So you've given beautiful insights, sir. Now we're going to look at some things. I'm bringing in Ambassador Nat again. Ambassador Nat, from the look of things during the week and the months and the years, who has shown more impressive performance? Who do you think has given us, the Anambrians, good manifestos and shown that zeal, readiness to perform well? Who will you say out of the contestants, out of these governorship candidates, who do you notice, who have you observed that was really going about his campaign and every strategy very well?
Well, thank you so much for that question. The issue of democracy in Africa, or
Yes, sir.
democracy in Nigeria, and even this thing called manifestos, they're just an academic exercise. People get people to write the most excellent manifestos you can think of. You see, but the politics we have seen in Nigeria as it plays out, the manifestos is just a loud noise you pronounce. It today doesn't mean much, even to the candidates, not to talk of the electorate. How many of them have access to the manifestos? How many of them can read and understand exactly what is happening with the manifestos? And you also observe, if we go by manifestos, maybe you think of the Professor Soludo. You see, but the thing is, interestingly, all the front runners, APGA, PDP, APC, Zenith Labour Party, even ADC. I don't know if ADC. All those four ones I have mentioned, they are all PDP babies. They all they came from PDP. And you remember late Bola Ige, who said those five leprous fingers, those manifestos of five parties were written by one man. And so if you talk of manifestos in Anambra State, maybe we might have to look at individuals, societal standing, what have done in the past, what they are doing now, and what they are the prospect. Because governorship is different, governance is different from campaigns and manifestos. And leadership is the in thing, the ability to be able to galvanize people, human and material resources, and move the society forward. Here we are talking of the most importantly the welfare of the people, and not gigantic projects or white elephant projects which sometimes stand unfinished after 4 years. So they have all talking all the grammar you can talk of. The professor can talk grammar, being an economist and a banker. But what is his leadership qualities? What has he got to offer to people? And so these are the things. And Andy Uba, we've been told Andy Uba used to be a shoe shiner in Obasanjo, just with him. They call him domestic staff, but he had the powers, the levers to move things happen. Ozigbo, I don't know much of Ozigbo of PDP. I don't know much of him. I don't know much of Dr. Obiora Okonkwo of Zenith Labour Party. But all these people, they know how to talk, and talking is very cheap. What we
Okay.
want is action, action, action.
Hmm.
What are they bringing in that other governors have not brought in? And the security challenges on ground in Anambra State and Southeast should have cut up their jobs for them. And that is what the people are looking for. They're looking for a secured environment to carry on their lives, being professional traders, being professional artisans, uh, being scientists, and so many of them you can rail out. But this is the challenge which the Anambra people have to make today for the next 4 years. Thank
Hmm.
you.
Thank you very much. Comments are going on. Images have started springing up. That is the sitting governor Obiano, also at the earlier today at the polling station booth, and I think he's being captured and going through the accreditation and all that. And we also have more pictures coming in. There is one of him also going away. So and people are speaking, people are monitoring. Also, we have a comment from somebody here, Isaac Omediji. Isaac is saying that let's see that he says true manifestos are mere academic exercise, beautiful plans, yet now practical. How on their implementation? How on their implementation? Isaac is saying that. Dr. Osita, can you see those comments coming in? Isaac is saying something there. How are the implementations? How do these people, Honorable Ambassador Nat, have said that there's so much talk? Talking is cheap, like they say. How can they implement these things they say? How can they be practical, like Isaac is saying? Dr. Sita,
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, I love what His Excellency said. I love the fact that he is on the ground, he understands the game. I also love the fact that he's not carried away by the language of manifestos. He is saying, and I am saying with him, who are these people? Who are these people? What have they done? Where are they coming from? Okay, let me answer the question by talking to myself and talking to His Excellency. In 2006, everybody sat down. We were looking at Nigeria the way it was. We were looking at the future of the country. One man who had a government job said to himself and to his team, "This country today, we have 200,000 people who have 400,000 kids, who are leaving school. These kids would not find jobs today. So imagine with the way we are going with certificates in this country, what will happen to them in the next 10 years?" So he put his team together and said to them, let's begin to develop ideas for how the country will run. And then he set up what he called the EDCs, the Entrepreneurship Development Centers, one in Onitsha, one in Kano, one in Lagos. In the years following, other geopolitical zones joined, South-South, Southeast, and the Northeast. But that was just first action. 10 years after, that pilot program closed down. But what we saw of it was that the entire country, the entire West Africa, everyone now sing the songs of entrepreneurship. And believe me, that is the only way we can cure the lies of yesterday. Because we were told, as we are growing up, that Nigeria is a rich country, we have oil here, oil there. Nobody has told you that the money is in the hands of 1% of the population. But with entrepreneurship, everything will change. And I'm talking about the man that His Excellency mentioned. This is antecedent. Professor Soludo, as a macroeconomist, saw this country the way it was, and he's talking about the way it will be. He has already done something in the last 10, 12 years. He wasn't thinking about governorship of Anambra State. He was just thinking about what will help a country grow because he had the power to establish a premise that would create change. But the truth about it is that whether you like it or not, we should also look at other countries that have grown the way they did. Whether you like it or not, China shows us a great example of things that happen. One lesson that we must take away from China is that government must continue every year to be aggressively adopting itself to sustain development. That lesson also comes from countries like Korea, Taiwan, Malaysia, Indonesia, and even Japan. The idea that government must improve itself fast started in Japan in 1854, I remember, which was pressed to develop quickly due to the threats of colonization from the US. I mean, America wanted Japan by all means. And thinking like they did, Japan jumped into action and stayed up in the 1990s. It was difficult for America to penetrate Japan. But after some time, Japan stagnated. And that becomes the second lesson. You do not give up to foreign pressure and do not, you do not need to be lured by any other country to do what they're asking you to do. So we're looking for that kind of governance in a state like Anambra, like the ambassador said, that is a macrocosm of the entire country and also could lead Africa, with examples that can sustain development everywhere continent-wide. Take, for instance, the main markets out of Anambra State alone, markets out of Onitsha, multiple markets in Onitsha, Oka, Newi, they generate the kind of turnover that we never believe in billions of dollars on a daily basis. We need the kind of governance that will sustain that. The person who understands money, person who understands use of money for development. And we are also looking at the possibilities that someone in the pack of those contestants will understand that free capitalism will not save the day. Will understand that rigid state direction will not save the day. We'll also understand that there is no standard in the third way because social democracy, no matter how you call it, does not have an answer. We need democracy as defined by the people because we're expecting that among these contestants, somebody should know that private and public sectors must develop, by partnerships because the government cannot do it alone and the private sector cannot do it alone. And then if we do that, if somebody gets to be able to do that, the short-sighted populism that is known everywhere since the 1960s in this country will be destroyed. And when that happens, governance becomes a sweet game to play. Thank you, Marcel.
Yes, the discussion is going on. Some images will soon come in. We are getting some clips from Nigeria and from Anambra. So the discussion is going on. Ambassador Nat.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Dr. Osita is putting it out straight up. We are all known in this platform to say the facts, give the facts. We don't get carried away with this sensationalism and these feeble things people say and people do. Ambassador Nat, what do you think will happen in the next 4 years in Anambra that could change the Anambrians ADC, African Democratic Congress candidate, brought a concept. He called it the Umunna ideology. It was a beautiful ideology. It was really very good. So, what will you say? What is it that we want to see change, new things in Anambra? Because we can't just be bringing new government and we don't see an impact in that governance. There has to be a change. There has to be something really that touches the life of people. What do you expect, Ambassador Nat?
What I expect is we're looking for a purposeful leadership with a vision and with a mission for Anambra state of Nigeria. And as I said earlier on, in Anambra as we speak, Anambra has the highest number of billionaires per square kilometers in Nigeria. Ekiti has academics, professors, and Lantang we heard of every square kilometer is a general, military generals. And so what Anambra really needs is a leadership that will harness and galvanize the human and material. They already have all the resources. And don't forget that Anambra State is also sitting on the highest cubic quantum quantity of gas. And the world is going gas, no more petrol. Petrol is almost running out of fashion. And in Anambra State, the diaspora also per square kilometer, the highest number from Anambra State. If you go to Houston, Texas, out of maybe 150,000 people, very conservative, more than 60 are from Anambra State. And the remittances, this diaspora remittances you are talking of, more than half of what Nigeria gets is from that part of the world. And so and if you go to Lagos, Alaba Market, Alaba International, Ladipo Market, Kano Market, go to Abuja, the properties developed and undeveloped, most of the owners of those businesses and properties are from Anambra State. And Anambra State is they want to make Anambra State the most industrialized state in Africa. And what they are doing is the Lagos Act is already talking of getting industrial outlet in Anambra State. I know Ubiana has built a cargo airfield, but it's having some challenges with the federal government. And so this is what the people in Anambra will be looking for in the next 4 years, that you change their story around. They are not looking for any federal allocation. They are not going to Abuja every day to beg with cap in hand to beg for subvention. They have it already. And this is what the Anabrians are looking for. Somebody who will give them that vision and mission and leadership to carry them forward, so that the issue of marginalization will not be there.
Yeah.
The issue of discrimination will not be there. The issue of empty threat from northern youths for them to leave their Sahara Desert and go back to the land of milk opportunities, milk and honey, is there in Anambra State. That is my submission.
Oh, wonderful submission. Thank you very much, Ambassador Nat. Let's hear from, let's see a clip from what is going on there right now. And I'll come back to Dr. Sita. Dr. Sita.
My name is Raphael Okoye.
Oh dear, I think we lost him. It is somebody trying to our correspondent on ground there is getting some people to speak while the event is going on. Dr. Sita, one major project in Anambra will be the airport. And somehow it has kick-started, but it has not really begin usage. It's still under the construction and all the arrangements. What will you say of that airport project? What do you know about it? Because we know what we had from here is it's a self-sponsored project, not government-sponsored. The Anambarians pulled head together to come up with that. So what do you know about that airport? Because that would be a significant point of progress in Anambra. The movement of people, human, back and forth, the movement of goods back and forth, and the logistics will really help in the commercial life of the Anambarians. What do you say about that, Dr. Sita?
Okay, I like the fact that you call them Anambarians. That's a good way to describe them. I call them the Anambra because they're Igbo people.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm happy you raised that because I come from an airport background. I did huge logistics from JFK to Motamabet International Airport. Okay. I did cargo for several years. I paid my fees working in the airport. And then let me tell you what has just started in Anambra State. It's a revolution. The fact that that piece of property is there and it has been known and accepted to be able to deliver that an aircraft could land there means the whole world to the entire country for several reasons. You cannot imagine what will happen in the next 20 years. Let me explain this. The way e-commerce is going, cargo will travel more than humans in multiple folds in the next 10, 20, 40, 50 years. So what the government of Anambra State has done is, a show of foresight, a show of vision that they are ready to do what the whole world will not do because they are sleeping. So they've gone ahead of the entire country, build an airport that they will control, build an airport that can give them sustenance, and then they are going to build the last mile road. Last mile road is going to make the corridor a lot more better to go to every other place where this cargo that would land at the Umunna airport to their different warehouses in Oka, in Nnewi, in Onitsha, in pockets of developed warehouses. And these are state-of-art warehouses that are climate controlled, meaning that you can actually import anything that you want to import from anywhere in the world. And then you have a market, a standard market waiting, and a price control mechanism to make sure that India Anambra sustained the market of the particular good that we're importing. That is one. Two, the fact that aircraft that come into this country will always leave empty. Cargo aircraft rather will always leave empty, will stop because Anambra will develop a methodology to fill in these aircraft that will land on their own airport on their way back. So if as it has been fashioned as an international cargo airport, many things are going to happen. And these things that are going to happen will mean more wealth, would mean more control, and would mean more foreign direct investments because people are going to come into Anambra, begin to do things that they have not done before. Let me also draw your attention, my friend Massive, to the River Niger. When the second bridge is completed and the dredging of the Niger is done the way it's supposed to be done, barges are going to be moving cargo from wherever they are to wherever they could go to by the waterways. So apart from the airport, which will be the fastest way to bring cargo in, there's going to be a waterway controlled, by federal government, but used by the people to create a corridor, the kind of corridor that has not been seen before in Africa. And believe me, every Igbo man everywhere in the world understands these two things, that there's an airport there there's a waterway there, and also there's a roadway. So these corridor development programs will help Anambra State be the state that nobody has seen before. And they're going to build models that will be copied by other states. So the elections today is to determine who can make that happen. It determines who can continue from where the governor stops and who can continue from there to make it better and more purposeful for the rest of the state people. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, images are coming in. We see people going, lining up on pools and going for their election. Our colleague is here. Our great brother is here, and he has to join in this beautiful conversation and probably take over. And that's the great man, Dr. Schengen Johnson. Dr. Schengen Johnson, it's good to see you. You're dressed up. Yes, sir. You're dressed up.
I throw away salute.
Yes, you're dressed up more like a sports day. Is it?
I'm a Nigerian. Look at my green, white, green.
Good.
I was listening to the analysis of Dr. Osita, which I agree with, and very important analysis. Anambra is a great state in Nigeria. There is no doubt about that, and it has a lot of potentials with the Ochanja market, which is an international market with so many things. The second bridge will do it. We've been hearing about the second bridge since I was a young boy. I hope one day we will complete it. Dredging of the waters around there and the new cargo airport, like he was saying, amazing things. Therefore, it's worth to fight for. Anambra is worth to fight for. We'll be looking forward to what is going to happen today. So do we, Mark, is there anything going on that we'll be told from those on the ground?
Yes, we're getting some clips from those on ground. What you're seeing now is the Aguata local government election going on. People are on queue, on trees, and lining up. So the observation there is from our man on ground. He says none of the voters, neither INEC had staff, are keeping to the COVID-19 rule. And he says in other parts of Aguata local government. Anyway, that's what our man on ground is telling us. This is Aguata LG.
But the turnout appears to be good, at least for a place like this. The turnout appears to be good, isn't it?
Yes. It looks like good turnout. So we are monitoring. Dr. Schengen, you are going to take it from there. But before then, we see this clip. Let's once again see this man trying to say something.
My name is Raphael Okoye.
Oh dear. Okay. I think it's maybe the network from that side. Dr. Schengen, so you come in now. Continue.
You are anchoring it. Let me talk for a change. Let me just I don't want to anchor. Okay. But I will be here. I'll be here. Well,
the conversation is going on. It's Schengen Story Media, the situation report on the Anambra election. And Dr. Osita, Ambassador Nat have been giving great insights. We are discussing the ferry surrounding Anambra and why they should really get it right today. You and I were saying something last night, Dr. Schengen. You were saying if they don't get it right, sadly, unfortunately, the federal government will have to bring in an administrator, a military. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Greetings to Ambassador Nat. You're looking great, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be part of this hangout. It's a day of hangout. You are among colleagues. I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I was saying that the IPOB leaders made a great move by writing that everybody should come out and vote. That was a deft move. It's good for everybody. It's good for IPOB. It's good for the people on the ground. And I've read somewhere that, oh, it was because of the security personnel that was on the ground. And I beg to disagree. IPOB leaders must have looked at the situation and I must have concluded that it doesn't make sense to kill their own people and maim them, and then the people will turn against them. And secondly, it's better that they have a chosen man by them, that is by the Anambrians, to instead of having an administrator from the federal government. The administrator will collect subvention and divide it among the people who put him there. Even the administrator may be an Anambarian, but it doesn't make any difference if he was imposed there from Abuja. Uzodinma is a clear example of it. So the IPOB people will have said, look, let's choose one of these, our leaders. He will be collecting the subvention. At least some of it will be spent on the people on the ground, rather than somebody collecting subvention on behalf of the federal government and sending the money straight back to Abuja among those who have installed him. And so that was a very powerful move that they did. And then they can always call the shot. For me, as an analyst, I see that the IPOB called the shot when they said there was no election. Everybody was jittery because it will just be bloody and bloody for nothing. And when they said there will be election, then there is election. So they are in a position to call the shot. And I think the federal government should take note of that. At the last count, there were 60,000 security personnel. And I'm wondering how much will they be spending on those 60 on the ground? How much per head? Per head, how much will the federal government be spending on them? And only God knows how much they will take. Somebody's laughing to the bank somewhere because they have to provide all this personnel. Well, this is how far we have seen right now, but I'm glad that my colleague Nat has sent in when some gubernatorial candidates um, were voting, and I saw Governor Obiano and his wife also voting. So we'll be looking at what's going on during the day. I'm so glad that with Dr. Osita here to discuss the future of our country. We shall look at all sides of the story we shall look at. So we'll be waiting for information from Nigeria.
Yes. Now, one that are just coming now is we are seeing people writing with paper. The report is that from some polling units across the local government, they have said that the BVAS machine deployed for Anambra election is not working. BVAS machine. The machines restarts often and taking the voters back to the beginning of the already cumbersome process. So this is what we're hearing from one of our people on ground. And we're also hearing something about the word 002 in GRA, Onitsha North local government, that officials are yet to arrive. Officials are yet to arrive at the ward 002 GRA Onitsha North local government area. Officials are yet to arrive as at, the time there was as at 10:15 a.m. 10:15 a.m.
Yeah, Mark, there have been a few things that are irregular. According to what we read, 88 polling units will not be manned because there are no voters. That's what we're told. 88 polling units. How could they make polling units without voters? I still don't understand. It's all about INEC, but of course, maybe IPOB directive has made nobody to show. But the INEC himself said 88 polling units will not be manned.
Yeah, His Grace, those 88 polling booths are some of the newly created polling booths that have not been, they were not there and they were not used in previous elections. you recollect that INEC created new polling booths or centers all over the country. And that particular figure of 88, I think, it spans across Anambra State. And
okay. Does it mean it will be used in 2023, but not just now?
No, not just now, but looking forward to 2023.
Thank you for that information. That's useful. Dr. Sita, what are your feelings? Who are you putting your money on if you have a lot of money?
I don't have money. Talk about a lot, but I have.
Yeah,
I have
you have money.
I have experience. How many? Ask yourself now, Dr. Shegun. Ask yourself how much money you have, and then I will ask you where you keep them so that I can go get them.
Not enough to contest
thank
election.
You for your very beautiful. Thank you for your beautiful question. I am not sure if I'm allowed to call names so that I don't sound partisan. But if you ask me where my money is on action. Action. By the time you see what has happened before, and I'm talking about action amongst the contestants. I'm not talking about action outside what we have. Amongst all of them. They are all Nigerians. We have read their antecedents. We watched them in the debate. We actually have archives of the things that they have done. And then for those of us who are researchers and smart enough to look at records the way they are, we also have knowledge of the things that had happened in the past. Some were very beautiful. Some were not beautiful. Some were ugly, quite ugly. But the strange thing is that even the ones that have done very ugly things are still in the park, meaning that the choice to be made today is amongst the good, the bad, the ugly. And I know, and I know that our Indian Anambra are very smart people. You need to hear them when they speak about people that they don't like. And then all the people also too who have been wielding the power from wherever this power has come from and have been boasting about having been decided to become the next governor of Anambra State. Their electorate will put them to shame because the way they're going now, people are ready to stay there till tomorrow to make sure that they put in their vote and that their vote is counted. Because the idea is that let us stop all these shenanigans in one state first, and then use the state as an example for what will happen in other states. My friend Ambassador Shegun, Ambassador Nat has said something that was very unique. The Anambra people are not looking for money. This is so unique. There is no other state that can say it. Well, maybe Abia, but I'm not too sure about that. Anambra has the tenacity of wealth creation. They have been able to understand that the apprenticeship scheme that developed before we were born has been sustained that at Harvard University level, it is called the most successful venture capitalist program in the world. Harvard said that about Anambra system. So a governor that is to run Anambra and make Anambra what it's supposed to be must understand this. They must understand also too that it is important first and foremost to have people who want to lead. But it is only constant improvement, constant leadership for change, constant management for change, constant self-mastery and audacity that can create that change. Constant. It's not do it now and leave it for tomorrow. So the question is, who in that pack, who in that long list of contestants understands the need for constance in governance? Meaning that even if you wanted to go to bed, if you want to sleep, or you remember that something has to be done, you wake up and do it because sacrifice is governance.
Okay, Nat, Ambassador Nat, will you want to answer that question? Do you share that position?
Well, I tried to provide some answers to that. I'm sure the Anambra people are looking for a leader who has a vision, who has a mission, who has a purpose.
A passion, yes.
Passion, a passion. Yeah, I think that's the word. To impact the lives of the Anambra people, and I want to meet Anambra people. I don't know their population. Some are putting 11 million, some 14 million. The government is supposed to be for the welfare of the people and not just a few. And the negative picture that has been painted of the insecurity in Anambra State needs to be addressed by the new helmsman right from day one. Because again, no investor will bring his investment to an unsecured environment. And so this issue of killing, maiming by unknown gun.
I think one good.
Before we go ahead, sorry, before we go ahead, there is this. Sorry, Dr. Shagun, before we go ahead, what we're seeing is one of the candidates for the PDP, People Democratic Party governorship election is Valentine Ojibo. That's him casting his vote in one corner of the local government. I think it's Aguata local government. So these are pictures coming in, and we are monitoring and following up with them. So we hope to see more of the contestant also.
They have been coming. They have been coming, haven't they, with some publicity? And
yes. Coming.
Yes, Ambassador Nat. You want to conclude?
Yeah. So that was what I was saying. That really what the Anambra need is somebody with courage, somebody with foresight, somebody with stamina, and very determined to provide the good things of life to every citizen of Anambra.
Well, what I'm reading here is that there are over 2.5 million registered voters in the state, and 18 political parties are taking part. Of course, everyone knows that, and they've all signed the peace agreement. And I was listening to Abdul Salam. Whoever loses this election should just take heart, follow the normal legal procedure. There should be no bloodshed. Of course, that is normal. But he put a caveat: as long as it is free and fair. And I was thinking, in Nigeria, we don't believe it is free and fair. But have you seen the people who are trying to buy votes, or are they just fake news on the internet? They are showing some people giving money and Maltina. Let me ask our colleagues Mark of Dr. Sita, have you seen such things? What do you say?
Yes, we saw it. I saw it, and I know Dr. Sita probably saw it too. What we'll say is it's a mentality Nigerians have. Nigerian politicians, it's a mentality that has been in their mindset for years now. They feel giving these tips, 5 naira, 100 naira.
It was 400 naira on this occasion. 400 naira.
They think that's how to get the people's heart and the people's vote. And that mentality has grown for years now. We even saw Tunumbu bringing out bags of rice with his picture endorsed on it.
And that is regular in Lagos. I can speak for Lagos. That is regular in Lagos. And I was in Lagos one time, and I went to Alausa, that's the state capital, where the secretariat is. And I saw about 3 miles of people waiting, sitting on the floor, sitting on the gutter, sitting on the pavement. They were lined. They were not fighting. And I was in the car, and I said, excuse me, who are these people? Why are they sitting down, waiting patiently? They said the governor was coming to give them their Salah gift. Now that's how they do it in Lagos since the days of Tinubu. They were there patiently. They were talking. They were gisting. I said, how will he? He said he will come with money and give them. That's how they've been doing it. I say this one with all sense of responsibility. During election time, I was in Lagos and I drove through Bodilon Road and I saw that was about 12 midnight. Ikoyi and the Victoria Island are fairly safe. That was about 12 midnight, and I saw crowd of about 3,000 in front of Tinubu's house. So I asked my fellow brother in the car, who are these people? He said they are people who have come to Tinubu to collect their own title. And I'm saying it with all sense of responsibility. I am not saying anything against Tinubu or APC, but I saw it. Our people have this mentality, I'm going to collect my own. When I look at those people in the video clip we saw, 400 naira plus a Martina, I looked at who there are people who will collect 400 naira, even 200 naira. They're the people, I mean, they're not looking sophisticated. They're looking like people who will take your 400 naira and a bottle of Martina. None of them will analyze. None of them will analyze that this is the hospital I'm taking. This is the good road I'm taking. No, they cannot. They are hungry. And I've seen it. And look at in Ondo State. Is it sorry, Ekiti State? Fayoshe talked about stomach infrastructure, and they were given money. He said it is. I mean, it has been institutionalized. If you don't believe it, you better hear it from people who we know that it has been institutionalized. Unfortunately, and so governments do not perform when they have given 400 naira plus a bottle of Maltina. I wish those. I think that Maltina would taste.
But some people said,
yeah.
okay, go ahead, go ahead. Some people said that they do that also, and still on the day of election they don't vote for that person.
Absolutely, absolutely. Last Friday, I was in my hometown, Gidi, and two young men were saying to me that they're going to pick up everything every politician is going to give. Every politician, they're not going to stay on one queue. They're not going to stay on one line. when
so they take from more than one party.
Yes, when they hear that the envelope is coming from whatever party, they go queue behind the last person and pick it up. But they know but they know who they're going to vote for. And I was asking them, I said, what if the security or what if those people know that you're doing this and come after you? He said, I didn't ask them for the money, they offered. So what I'm saying, like what my brother Dr. Shebu just said, it has become a part of the people. Yeah. But I don't think it is still in their conscience. No, it has become a plaything now. It has become a plaything. Those people you see, I know body law, I know how come it can be, but for someone to sit outside by 12 midnight in Ikoyi is airy. It's scary.
Yeah. I saw them with my 2 eyes. Yeah,
I know. No. I have seen it myself. I have seen it. the question I'm asking is, that thing they are going to pick up from him, that so-called money, how much is it going to be for 12 midnight outing? How much? Let's put a tag on it. It's nothing. So if you compare that to what the real thing should be, and which I think we're beginning to see now gradually, because if whether we like it or not now, after everything that has happened in Anambra State, Anambra, one of 5 states in the southeast, after everything that has happened, there is a gradual walk back to what it should be. There are going to be mistakes this time. There are going to be some errors. There are going to be some faulty lines. There are going to be some cracks in the code. But once this one happens, believe me, in 2023, when the other 4 Southeast states will be working, there's an example to be picked from what's happening today that will transcend the entire Southeast.
Well, maybe we should ask him
because yes.
Let me give this update. Sorry to cut you.
Sure,
It's coming
go ahead.
now. Soludo the APGA governor candidate is saying that voting technology has failed in most polling units. So this just came in now. Soludo of APGA says voting that the technology has failed. So that's
okay. What did they put in place? We understand that the card reader has failed. What did they put in place?
So they'll probably be writing with biro and.
What's the alternative?
But will it be acceptable?
Yes, maybe.
Will it be acceptable?
What really is happening?
On a long notebook.
The INEC used this. They call it Beaver technology, where you don't need an incident sheet, and where you don't need a biometric reading machine. This Beaver technology was used somewhere in Delta, one of the House of Assembly, 2 members. But this time around, it looked the test running of Beaver technology was not properly configured. It's not working in most 21 local governments in Anambra State. What is happening is on and off. There is on and off type of thing that is happening. Some people were able to vote. Solido's father, Pa Solido, voted smoothly. It took him less than 10-15 minutes. The technology here we're talking about should take you between 3 to 5 minutes, but some people have been in that queue now for hours, and INEC seems to be helpless. They cannot do much, and so we only hope and pray that their technicians will be able to rectify whatever challenge they have. And again, there is this problem of connectivity. The connectivity is very poor, and maybe that's why the Beaver technology is not working. So
I mean, but why do we go to say this thing again and again? 4 years time we'll be saying this thing. 2023 we'll be saying this thing. We say it again and again. Nobody is doing anything about it.
Well, the what is his name? The chairman of INEC is more concerned about the volume of money that is coming to their budget.
I read it, I think last night. It said 100 billion naira is not enough. 100 billion naira.
You don't need that volume of money to conduct an election.
100 billion naira.
Absolutely.
It's not
Absolutely.
rocket science. It's not rocket science. They're not
Absolutely.
reinventing the wheel. What we want is transparency, accountability, forthrightness, fair and transparency in conducting elections. It's not a new technology. You don't need Japanese or people from South Korea to come and tell us how to conduct elections.
I think it started from the time of Jega. Jega collected a lot of money to run the election, and he bought so many machines. Those machines, are they being discarded like they discard the microwave from Asorok? Every year they are buying new microwave in Asorok every year, and new cockerels and fork and knife. So you see, so does it mean that they throw away the old ones and then they have to buy new ones? I don't know why we pay so much money. Nobody has told us about how much we're paying for this security personnel, because police don't work for nothing. Or do we have an idea?
No, but one other thing, Dr. Shegun, what we have also seen today, the 34,000 policemen and 20,000 civil defense, they are not there. The numbers are not there. They don't add up. Yeah, this is what is happening. They don't add up. And as
Nobody will take money.
As I said earlier on, this is the same thing they did in Ekiti and Ondo. They announced 20 30,000, is it 30,000? 30,000 policemen, but the boots on ground, maybe half of that.
But
And
they're going to claim money for all.
is to go around the major streets in the state capital. If you go behind those streets, there is no policeman.
Who is releasing money for security during election? Is it INEC or government?
It's the government, federal government of Nigeria.
Oh, okay. So they're not
Federal
taking
government.
part of. All right. Okay.
And
So
it's paid to the police force itself directly.
Oh, directly. Okay. And how much is getting to the policeman on the ground, the one on the ground? Is anything getting to him? Because they can spend the money on logistics, on so many things that the man on the ground may just take a 20 naira home.
Yes.
We've seen how police.
Sorry, Dr. Shagun, there is a clip of the INEC bringing equipment. So the INEC are rather refuting some statements. They say no matter how bad the road has been, no matter how it has been, that they've tried to get materials to every corner. So INEC has also just sent in something to us, a video clip. So let's see if it will play. Let's see if it will play. Okay, I think it's having difficulty to play. Anyway,
earlier today we saw some downfall that they're using to take bags and INEC materials, and I was saying to myself, is this what we are going to use to transport this material? Anybody could have hijacked those downfall that I saw. You know, these small coaches, and I mean, you could have just seen they were taken from Ochanja market or one market in Enugu and brought there. They were badly beaten. I was expecting some Land Rover that would travel on serious terrain, but I saw some small vans that I would not have recommended. And you wonder, is this the best we can do?
Is the best we can do? Dr. Shaggy, there is a statement from somebody in South Africa. Let me report that a lot of people are connected to this program around the world. So comments are coming in. There is this one there. Dr. Shaggy, can you see it?
Her Royal Highness Princess Shippy, yeah.
Yes, very interesting.
Okay.
Learning, and also the one from Isaac, me DJ, and there are other ones coming on the phone on our gadget here.
The academic exercises, beautiful plans yet now practical. How on the I think Isaac is saying that manifestos are mere academic exercises. Nat, will you believe that? Will you agree with him?
I've said that already. That
okay.
Manifestos. Even some of these manifestos are written by late Bola Ige said he wrote manifesto for 5 political parties.
Constitution. He wrote constitution for 5 political parties.
the 5 leprous fingers, so the people don't read manifestos. They are more
they don't have time.
Yeah, they are more interested in outcome.
I think manifestos died with the Second Republic. You remember when MPN was there, UPN was there. That was when UPN will come with the 4 cardinal points, and MPN will come with housing, and the NPP, Zik, will say they will give. And that was the time that manifesto died. After that one, is like the Nigerian social scene had moved on. Number one, they would not allow to be cajoled to believe in manifestos because they never saw it implemented. This is a country that cannot implement its own budget, even when money has been allocated. The federal government has not been able to execute its own budget to 80%, 70% in the last maybe 20 years. That is, X amount of money is budgeted for the whole country, but the amount they will ever spend will be X minus 40%. Also, only 60% of their budget will be implemented. And then will they come back again to ask for money for the same thing? And so you wonder what kind of a set of people are these. When money has been set aside, you have argued for them, they have been released, but no, they're so lazy that they will not get the job done. And that's the challenge we're having in Nigeria. Talk less of manifestos. Manifestos are written by political parties who are not even in government. So when that party enter government now, let's take APC for example. They say 1 naira will become $1. Let's just take that away. They say they will finish security. Boko Haram will be a thing of the past. 6 years gone. They said so many things. They will fix the economy. Now we're having challenges. Look at when the federal government was told that security is of prime importance, it was not taking it seriously. It said, no, we want to make railway. They did make some railway. Let's leave the quality of the railway. But without security, the railway, the train is not functioning today. Somebody is cutting away either the rail line or bombing it like the bandits are doing. So we come back to security. Why can't somebody just get it in the federal government? That security will mean that your rail lines will be there permanently because of people will be watching over it, because the army will have taken care of the bad elements amongst us. But no, we just get money and nothing is done. So it's about implementation, even if the manifestos are there. But I think Isaac is right. Isaac Omidiji is right. I don't know what Dr. Osita is thinking now, because when it comes to when we're even talking about budget, I would have loved someone to do the budgeting of Obiano in the last 8 years. How much he received, how much he spent, how much he returned. We will have loved to see that one. And when he was being elected, he said it's going to be continuity from Peter Obi. Has there been any big continuity, or were they fighting one another? Because in the first year, maybe continuity, and then Obi was chalked out, believing that he was talking too much. But maybe Dr. Sita knows. That's the kind of vehicle I was talking about. Look at this vehicle. You see what I mean on the terrain? Yes, can you believe this one picking up voters card and everything? It could be easily hijacked. But thank God
Shegu,
yeah.
it's intentional.
Yeah.
It's intentional. Yeah, I mean, no. You know, let's laugh less, because INEC has the money. INEC has the funds to get brand new cars hired from car services with security for just one state election. One state. We're talking about Anambra, one of the 36 states. One state in one day. Come on, this is carry them in multiple vehicles that are locked up, well driven, with good tires, so that even when they go into the bad roads, they come out, these vehicles are not destroyed. This is intentional. It's intentional.
That's correct.
We have written the script on chaos in this country. We have written the best script on chaos. The man in government decides to do the wrong thing to keep people talking about it while he steals from the other side. And it has happened, like you said, 20 years. It has happened for several years. And the ugly part is that instead of fixing it, people come in to perfect it. They look at where people fail in stealing, and they start stealing more. So what we are saying, look at that. Are you telling me that this is the best my country can do for one state in one day, on a Saturday?
Look at the boxes. Look at the boxes.
And then if road safety sees a private car, a private bus carrying like this, they will arrest them and take money from them and impound the vehicle. Meanwhile, government is doing this with impunity.
Look at the boxes on top of the.
Yes. And this bus doesn't even have a spare tire. I can bet on it.
If you are changing, listen, Dr. Zita, if you are changing the spare tire, changing for a spare tire, somebody will carry the ballot box away. You better don't change. You better do change.
So, my brother Shegun, we know we are in a country where things have gone so bad that we need to be able to look at things that can be done right, even if it's in trickles. We just start from somewhere, like this election.
Yeah.
Let's try very hard to make sure that even if we don't get 80%, that will make 60, 50%, and then show some examples of what can be done right in 2023.
That has been my position. Not, is that your position? Is Anambra going to show the rest of the country how to do it?
Well, from what we are seeing, it doesn't look like, it doesn't seem it's going to happen. To start with, INEC should be disbanded immediately after this election. Yakubu has not lived up to expectation. What he has been saying is not what we are seeing or hearing. So Anambra
but he has been given a second term, so he has to outlive his second term, isn't he?
Well, in a very decent society, honestly, INEC has failed woefully. Not only Anambra people, but Nigeria. And those who
I don't know if you are aware that some people are alleging that their INEC is being bribed by the parties, by the major political. Are you aware of that?
No, I'm not aware.
And but it's been to the shame of the country, it's been like kind of practice that they bribe INEC, not only the voters, but INEC officials themselves. I mean, some of them have been jailed, you know. So we're not saying something that is not in the open. Some of them have been jailed and shamed. But then we have been told here too that issues people have been caught bribing. Even people in government have been caught bribing INEC officials, and that the United States of America is looking into it because the money was to be paid from the US. Well, how far this is true, I don't know, but these are the things we are hearing from the streets. But we have had so many things in the past, and we just think something good will come out of this at the end of the day. And Mark will be telling us what is new.
Yes, we are monitoring very well. Some people, the new information we have there is some voters, some party agents are bribing voters right there at the police station, 2,000 naira.
Who are they bribing? The voters.
Yes, the pictures, images will come in. We're looking out for the images. They say they are party agents bribing voters 2,000 naira to vote for them right there.
Now, let me ask my colleagues, how many Nigerians on the lower level of life will see 2,000 naira that will not take? Just answer me. Anyone?
That's the thing.
They will take, but how do they know who to vote for?
Yeah, you have a point there, but is it not better to reject it so as to say, look, I say I'm not taking. You say I'm not taking. I say take your money away.
Shegun, 2,000 naira is the first meal in 2 days. How is going to reject that?
But that will be the only meal in 2 days as well, or maybe in 1 week, and that's it.
Or maybe for life. Maybe the person dies the weekend. But hunger is a powerful tool for anything. They use it in Biafra. Hunger won the war for Nigeria and Biafra.
Yeah.
When Kwashoko children lined the streets, mothers were not crying to the soldiers, "Stop this war, let my child live."
Wow. That's a point.
Oh yeah, hunger is everything. So if somebody who has not eaten it in 3 days sees 2,000 naira and he knows that akara balls and bread and pure water, can be served immediately and maybe for the next day too. The problem with hunger is that it's when it sees hope, it goes with it, but when it sees despondent, it dies with it. That's the issue. But the answer to your question is, they pick up the money, they even forget the party that they're asking them to vote for. They forget. Because that behavior is hunger induced. It wasn't for the party.
Yeah, but the challenge there is that whichever party now eventually wins and is not doing anything, you can't challenge the party.
No,
You
that's
can
the
win.
point. No, that's the
So
point. You
that
can't.
the party that has won won hands down and will be spending the money as it likes. You
Do
see,
you think politicians don't know what they're doing, making us hungry? That's exactly what they want to win.
you see, and it's a collective effort of all the big parties. It's a collective effort.
Oh yes. Listen now. APC man's daughter marries PDP man's daughter.
Yes.
Whatever way they do, they don't care about that in their top class. What they are doing is to collectively keep us down, stay us hungry. So that when a party wins in a particular state, whether it's by hook or crook, they stay up there and still keep us down. It's a collective power to keep us down.
I do tell people that when they pay you before you vote, they're not paying for your vote. They're paying for your don't
conscience.
protest.
Yes.
Yes, don't
your
protest
conscience.
when the result comes out. That's what they're paying for. Because you cannot collect money and then you come and protest. They will say, did we not give you money? Why are you protesting? And
Absolutely.
if you ever continue protesting, they will kill you. Because you take money. In fact, we've heard of some others who took money and swore an oath concerning their children. Nat, have you had such before? Where people take money, I mean, the bigger boys, they take money and they swear oath.
It happened in Ekiti State and maybe Oshun.
Oshun State, yes. Oshun State, yes.
Yeah.
They take money and they swear. You have to swear by your son or your son's life or something. So
even bloodletting, you cut your skin.
Yeah,
the
blood covenant. Yeah.
In Oshun State, yes. They cut their skins.
And once you've done that one and they say party ABC win, then you just keep your mouth shut. Whether they perform or not, you keep your mouth shut. And that is why it's difficult for people to come out when they have taken money. That's why I'm saying that we need to get to a point where we will say, take your money away. I'm voting according to my conscience. Because if the party that wins does not perform, I'm coming out to protest. Then you have a real reason, a conscientious reason to come out to protest, which is part of democracy. And we have seen a video. I don't know if any of us see the video that went viral. Ghanaian youth that rejected rice. Did you see it?
Yeah. I saw it.
What do you think of that?
Well, that is Ghana, but not all Ghana. It's an African thing. Those kids they just run riot that day. They run riot that day. Believe me, if that truck of rice comes back by the end of the week, they'll take it.
Or go to another village.
It's an African thing.
Because people are hungry.
Absolutely. I live somewhere in Uganda.
Yeah.
When you get your internet access, you pay tax to use it. Come on.
Wow.
Come on now.
Is that Ginger area or?
Yeah. No, not Ginger, not even Mukono. I mean Kampala itself. I live in Makerere.
Inside Kampala itself.
Yes, and it is the whole of Uganda.
I've been to Uganda a few times myself. So
yeah. In Makerere, I live in Makerere. You purchase your airtime. You convert it to data.
Yeah.
You pay tax to use it.
Wow.
So you pay more for internet access, discouraging you from doing more.
And it's the same country where the president, in order to recontest the election, he said his birthday was not correct, and he brought the bishop of the country to come and amend his own birthday.
Yeah.
Museveni amended his own birthday.
I gave him new baptism. Yeah.
African leaders will always.
Yes. Let's see that video clip from. I think that place is called Agidi Ward in Enugu Agidi ward in Anambra.
Anambra, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Enugu Agidi.
My name is Raphael Okoye.
Massive, don't do this again to us, I beg you.
It's okay.
Massive, this is the fourth time the man has said no to you. Stop bothering the man. The man said he's not going to talk to you.
Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, then we also have a video clip also of the Minister of Labor and Productivity. The Minister of Labor and Productivity going to...
Dr. Ngige.
Yes, Dr. Ngige. There's a clip of him going to vote. Let's just see that. And can we see that? Is it showing? Okay.
No, it's not.
Yes, that's Dr. Ngige going to vote. Okay, so these are some of the few clips that have come in. The discussions are going very well. So, but Dr. Shagun, we will go on a break and reconvene in the evening.
Okay.
Yes, so that by then, probably more materials and more information updates. So maybe we could round up in the next 5 minutes. Thank you.
All right. Let's start from Dr. Osita. What are your impressions so far concerning this Anambra election? It will not hold, it will not hold, it is holding. That is good news. Dr. Osita.
Yes, I'm happy but heartbroken. Yeah, that's my impression. Yeah.
Ambassador Nat.
Well, I think history is being made, and I think iPod is turning a new leaf, and with the political pressure from Abuja, we hope Anambra State or Southeast will not have cause again to go backwards. At least the elections are holding, and we pray that electronic transmission of results and electronic announcement, no coalition officers pocketing the people's conscience and bringing out their own.
Oh, thank you. Mark, will it be correct to say that this election process has made the political elites in Anambra State to come down from their high horse and discuss with the IPOB members to say, look, it's our country, it's our area, it's our community. Nobody is superior. We accept that you have more numbers, but we have more money, but nobody is superior. Have they come to an agreement, some sort of agreement?
Yes, it looks like so, like Ambassador Nat said, because if there was that sudden change of the come out and feel free to vote and no more sit at home, that means there was a dialogue. But we didn't know about that. The press, it was probably behind the curtains.
Yes.
But there was a dialogue, and they both came to an agreement, and I think it's for their good, just like you said. I mean, Anambra is still a state inside Nigeria, so Anambra can be different. We're still under the sovereignty of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So, yes, that's it.
Are you saying that it took that conversation for IPOB to stand down on the stay at home? I don't think so.
Go ahead. Why don't you think so?
Yeah, because IPOB is reasonable on their own.
Okay.
They are smart people. These kids are using metaphor for the future. Whatever they are doing now is a metaphor for good governance. They are protesting. That's what they are doing. IPOB, Biafra is a word. We have called there are some parts of this country that were called nations before, Yoruba nation. IPOB is saying it. I am not in support of the kind of things that they do. like not respecting elders. But these kids also are reasonable kids, very intelligent people. I have spoken to some of them. What they did for this election shows you how the Igbo man thinks. The Igbo man is a businessman. He's a businessman. No matter how you say it, this is the nature of their existence. So whether they came to discuss with them or not, this election is holding because nobody stayed at home. That's the most important part. And people didn't stay at home because they were not scared now that they were going to go out in the street there and be maimed. I was in a worry when His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic, arrived to see the governor there. When this guy says that, they missed at home. It doesn't matter who is there. No, I
saw the empty streets on the television. The streets were empty.
I was there.
The streets were empty.
Everybody was monitoring. So, this is my personal opinion, very personal, that it has happened because the Anambra are smart people. Whether it is done in the street, not everybody supported to stay at home. Not everybody from Anambra supported to stay at home. So these guys are reading the minds of the people, and they know that they become unpopular if they make this happen. Smartly, they went the right direction. And with this, with this happening
I think it's a good dimension you brought in. It's a good dimension. So we will put the two dimensions in before us. One is that these IPOB, they are intelligent, resourceful, and they have their own thinking. And the other one is that maybe they met behind the curtains and they agree. So there are two possible positions. And what we'll do right now, according to our link in Milan, is to go on a break. And if anything contrary should happen, then we may rush back to this scene. In the meantime, we will come back in the evening, say around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. But if something should happen around 3 o'clock, something untoward, we'll be right back to give you the latest. This is the Schengen News Media.
No, it's great. Dr. Johnson?
Yes, sir.
This is my humble input.
Yes, please do.
Because of the challenges they had in even starting the voting, 5 or 6 may be too early. Maybe we're thinking 7 or 8.
Okay. Yes, because our timing is not the same. Many people are watching it from South Africa. Some are watching it from America. Some are watching it from Nigeria. So that's why our own 6 o'clock here will mean 7 in Nigeria. It will mean something else in other places. So I don't know, but Mark will help us through. He will get in touch with us.
Yes,
but what I'm just saying is that my colleagues should be standby just in case, because I'm sure the federal government will not be happy about this smoothness going on. I mean, when I say federal government, one or two elements are not there. That things are moving smoothly. People get things when their way when things are not moving.
We are a country of chaos. We love chaos.
Yes, we love chaos. So, but you are right. We will wait and see that we are in a position even to help them monitor in counting. How many of us do? We are good mathematicians with our mobile phone calculator. So we will be counting. They are using electronics. We will all be here and we have men stand by there. So thank you very much for listening and viewing. We'll be back. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.